lunar blood moon eclipse has begun around the world. The red hue on the moon's surface is a result of Earth's sunsets and sunrises as seen around the Earth's edges, casting their red hue onto the moon's surface. While explained by science as an alignment of the Earth, Sun and Moon, the blood moon has long been surrounded by mystery and superstition. For centuries, it was not just a spectacle in the sky, it was a sign of danger, change and the unforeseen forces of the universe. Yet not all beliefs surrounding lunar eclipses are negative or even frightening. Some people view them as powerful moments of transformation and renewal. Mkhulu NsingizA is the CEO of the Zindzi Mandela Foundation. He joins us now for more. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, what a spectacle. As we reflect and try to get a better understanding, what do celestial events of this nature mean to different people of the world, religion and culture, as we try and get a better sense of what it all represented this evening?
Yes, Ndavukazi, it's open to different interpretation, but with regard to us here on the continent as African people, it's a very good, time, which calls on us to leave what no longer serves us behind, because 2 days from now is the great, opening of a portal, the 999, portal, which then ushers us into a new cycle, that we are going to feel, even spiritually.
And as you talk about, what we will begin to feel, how should people interpret the change and the representation, be it on the astrology end or science, culture? What are the differences?
Remember, some of these things, even cultural, practices and belief system are guided by the movement of those cosmic bodies. So such an alignment, it's a rare, happening. It happens after a couple of years, which then signifies a certain change, which is, upon us. So people need to embrace the change. What we normally say when we give our lectures, we say this is an opportune time for us to truly decolonize our minds, so that when the great, opening, a portal opening, we move in there with a decolonized mindset, so that we are able to build, a future that we deserve.
And as we, talk about culture, the significance of lunar eclipses, how did they affect daily life or even decision-making at the time? Because we're certainly living in different times, but of course, yes, some elements of culture just don't change.
Remember that in ancient times, eclipses were not, events that were very positive for African people, because nothing should obstruct the light of the sun and the light of the moon. So when those, events happen, people were very cautious. Some of them wouldn't even move out of the houses, so that, they avoid what a negative thing, might manifest, because they believe that the sun should always shine when it's time, to shine. So anything that obscures that light from the sun, it's not looked at as being a positive thing.
And, in terms of changes and understanding and interpretation, I mean, people looked at the eclipse and the striking color from different perspectives. How do you think one should best interpret the experience? Because it's one that doesn't come often. I mean, it's something that's of huge significance and importance because of how it's just a once in a lifetime kind of sentiment.
it's always a negative, thing, because nothing should obstruct your receipt of the energy from the sun, either the sun or moon, meaning that you are also affected in your physical body, because you depend on this energy which is from the sun and the moon. So if anything were to obstruct that, that is something a negative. We might not be aware how we're affected by it, but certainly remember that we are constructed, our bodies, our spirits, and everything is constructed by a combination of these two cosmic bodies, the sun and the moon, which then create an electromagnetic field which surrounds Earth and makes everything on Earth animate. So therefore, nothing should obstruct, that energy flow. So it's always, in the African context, it's always looked at as a very, as something very negative.
Very well. Thank you so much for that perspective. That's at least one perspective. Mkhulu NsingizA, the CEO of the Zindzi Mandela Foundation.